Today I am doing a gazumption video where we gazump some dumb yet common assumptions that you will know, and perhaps you have some of these running. These are common idioms that we hear. Often people will just roll them off the tongue without thinking about them. This is a bit of fun because the last few videos that I've done, we've got quite deep, so I thought it is time to lighten things up with another gazumption video. That's what we're doing today. My name is Hedley. If you are new, welcome to my channel. You are in the right place. If you'd like to know more about me or my law of assumption offerings, including coaching, my self-concept course, I Am the One, and my book, I Am Money, you will find, hi Dora, hi. Oh, are you coming to say hello? Are you coming to say hello? No, camera shy. Oh, hello, camera shy, hello. Okay. Hey, where was I? My self-concept course, I Am the One, and my book, I Am Money. You'll find more information about all of that in the box below this video. But for now, let's get into it. Dora, say hi. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Aren't you cutie patootie? Love you, Baba. Love you. My little Dora, she just sleeps down beside me when I do videos or coaching appointments. So that's pretty amazing. So yeah, I thought today we would just lighten things up with another gazumption video because I haven't done one for a while, and I have been hearing a few dumb assumptions that get thrown around, and we don't even know that we're saying some of this stuff. And some of these idioms and assumptions have been around for generations, and they just get passed down, and a lot of them are pretty shitty. So I thought what I'd do is I would just go through a list of them, and what we will do is we'll just come up with alternatives to them so that if you use them, then you can use the new one instead, or if you hear them, you can immediately revise it as soon as you hear these, because we definitely don't want some of these getting into the subconscious and then producing reality. I know I've done one of these before. I can't remember the assumptions that I did in that video, so I apologize if I repeat them in this video, but I'm guessing that a lot of you haven't seen that last one. So the first one is, good things come to those who wait. Oh, now that is something that we've all would have heard. And what this assumption does is it sets up a lot of resistance to waiting, because we're essentially saying good things come to those who wait. So if you wait, then you will receive good things. But waiting implies that you do not have them. And there is an element of suffering in this assumption. And I did a video a while ago on patience. I will link this up here, because one of the things that I was talking about in this video is this idea of being patient. We do not want to be patient, because if you know the etymology of this word, you will never want to be patient again. And it also explains why we have resistance to being patient. So we are going to change this dumb assumption to good things come to those who have good things. When you have good things, then good things come to you. Now, if we don't have good things in reality, we're not waiting, we're having them in imagination. In order to have them, you must go into imagination and have them in imagination. That's the correct use of imagination. Rather than being aware of the good things that you don't have, become aware of having those good things in imagination. Therefore, we're not waiting for good things. We already have them. And then, of course, they solidify and show up in reality. And then we have good things in reality as well as imagination. And we can go on and have more good things. Ignorance is bliss. This is an interesting one, because we've all experienced things where we have been ignorant, we have been in ignorance, and it has been quite blissful because we haven't known any better. Keep in mind, what we're really saying is what we are unaware of is bliss. But what you are unaware of, you do not have command over. So ignorance is a false sense of bliss, because having full command over your reality by having full command over consciousness is what creates true bliss. So first of all, we need to change this to the correct assumption, which is ignorance is a false sense of bliss, because ignorance or unawareness does not leave you blissful. And we all know what it means to be unaware of something. We often get hit with it later on. When you are more aware of things, you have more command over things. You do not have command over something that you are ignorant to. You don't have command over what you are unaware of. And all of this work is actually bringing what we are unaware of to or into our awareness. So ignorance is a false sense of bliss, and awareness is true bliss. So the more aware I am, the greater bliss I experience in my reality, because I'm the one who's in command of reality. I don't have control over reality, but I have control over consciousness, or I have control in consciousness, which is the cause of reality. This one's an interesting one. It takes two to tango, and this is very much founded on that I'm responsible for my part and you're responsible for your part. And if I'm doing my part, you have to do your part. But in law of assumption, that's not how this works. Your reality is your reality, and how you are experiencing your reality is entirely up to you. So it might take two to tango, but it takes one to create reality. You're responsible for your reality. You're responsible for your dance. You're the one leading your reality based on how you're leading your consciousness into whatever states that you are experiencing. These states are either occurring to you, they're happening to you based on what you're observing in reality, or you're choosing the states that you're directing your awareness into, and those states are what are solidifying in your reality. So while it might take two to tango, it takes one to create reality, and that is you. So if you are in conflict with somebody, if you are having an experience with somebody and you're like, well, that's 50% their responsibility and I'll deal with my 50% responsibility. It doesn't work like that. Your reality is 100% your responsibility. Now, I know that sounds like a big call. I know that sounds like a big responsibility, but with 100% responsibility comes 100% freedom. This one's an interesting one. The devil is in the details. And what this idiom means, I love that word idiom. It sounds like an idiot. And a lot of these assumptions, a lot of these idioms are kind of idiotic. So the devil is in the details. It looks good from a distance, but when you look closer, there are problems. When you say the devil is in the details, essentially you're saying that when something is far away, it looks fine. It looks better far away. But when you get up close, it doesn't look quite that good. But that's not really a wonderful assumption to hold. So I would be changing that to God is in the details, or love is in the details, so that you can hold the assumption that while it might look good from far away, it's going to look even better up close. And that means you can trust what you're getting closer to, but you can also trust what is getting closer to you, because if love is in the details, then you can be sure that the closer either somebody gets to you, they're going to fall even more in love with you, because the closer they get, the more love they see. What else have we got? Oh, this is a good one. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So what that just simply means is nothing is entirely for free. Somebody always has an ulterior motive. Don't trust somebody who buys you lunch. That is such a dumb assumption. Just assume if lunch is free, it's free. That's it. You don't have to hold the assumption that the person who's buying me lunch or the person who's giving me something for free has an ulterior motive. In fact, if you do hold that assumption that if you are receiving something for free, then you're somehow going to pay for it later on, well, that is going to be your reality, because that's how powerful you are, and what assumptions you're holding must be reflected back in your reality. So I would just assume that I am receiving what is meant for me, and if it's free, it's free. Look at some of these, and if what I'm saying doesn't quite resonate with you, find something that does, but do not let these dumb assumptions slip by you. These are often passed down from generation to generation, and we don't question them. We just take them on and then we pass them down, but that's not who you are, and that's not what we're doing here. So I can't remember if I've done this one before. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That is just it is amazing. That's just a dumb assumption. You can't have your cake and eat it too. What's the point of having a cake if you can't eat it? Just basically means you can't have everything. And again, that's just a dumb assumption. You are everything. You're the infinite I am, and whatever you desire is available to you as long as you can have it in imagination. You can have it in reality. I am the cake, and I'm the one who gets to enjoy the cake. So if you hear that dumb assumption, just remember, you are the cake. You're the entire cake, and you're the one who gets to enjoy your cake. I've got a list here. I've been making a list of these dumb assumptions as I hear them, and as I think of them, or even as I say them, I'm like, oh, that was a dumb one, and I'll add it to the list. So if you have any assumptions that you want to gazump, pop them in the comments box below and I'll add them to the list, and I'll do another one of these down the track when I have enough dumb assumptions to gazump, and we'll go through this together. So just keep an ear out for some of these idiotic idioms which are holding people back from experiencing the truth of their experience here and your experience. Don't let things get into your subconscious that you don't want to have. Add it to the comments and I will do another one of these. And just keep in mind, what I've come up with today might not be right for you, but at least challenge the assumptions that I've mentioned today and come up with the appropriate wording. And if you feel like it, you can also put it in the comments as well, because the more we can challenge these assumptions, the more we challenge these cultural idioms, then the more likely we are to dissolve them from the vernacular, because a lot of these have just continued on throughout the generations and they're not serving anyone. They're just being repeated kind of without even thought around it, without even awareness. And they are limiting, they are false, they are not true, and they are holding us back from being who we are and experiencing who we truly are, which is the infinite I am of our reality. You are the infinite I am of your reality. You can have everything that you want. If you have a desire for something, you can have it. That's the whole point of this. And you can enjoy the process of having that as well. And there's a video that I'd really love for people to have a look at, The Heartbeat of Manifesting, which I will link up here. If you haven't watched this video, please go and watch this, because it really explains what's happening when we are manifesting. And it's going to reduce any anxiety you might be feeling when it comes to manifesting. So please do go and watch that. Thank you again for listening, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.